So here we are, just south of Sydney's iconic Bondi Beach, and just like around so much of the New South Wales coast, there's a lot of this. Coastal walks closed, property being lost, beaches being eroded, and it's the inevitable result of global inaction on climate change, and particularly here in Australia. The policies of the Turnbull government and of the Labor opposition will mean a lot more of this. We need to change the conversation on climate change, meet our Paris targets. Dejay.
Absolutely, and there's a stark choice this election, and that's between whether we want windmills and beaches or coal and coastal erosion. It's a very easy choice for people to make, and that's why we're asking that you vote one for the Greens this election.
Yeah, take some action on climate change. You can see around us on Coogee, it's quite distressing actually to see the amount of damage to the beach, and pylons out there that we haven't seen for decades being exposed because of the loss of sand. Pretty tough, eh, Dejay?
It is, and look, climate change is clearly happening. When nature unleashes itself on this beach, you can't fix it with a couple of bobcats.
Well, we've now swung north up onto the northern beaches, and we're here with Clara, the Greens candidate from Warringah. We're literally standing on a promenade where they're sweeping the sand off. We're looking at these narrow beaches. Clara, what are you getting from the locals?
Well, I think from the locals you can see that we're really concerned. You can see how narrow our beach is, where it's practically disappeared under the size of the surf, and we really risk losing Sydney icons like Manly Beach if we continue to see these extreme weather events which are a part of climate change.
And this is no longer a freak event. If we continue conditions as normal, pumping out carbon, this is just going to be the new normal.
Yeah, and I think it's a real concern. People aren't used to seeing their beach coming up the steps, and there's got to be a question, what is happening with our environment and what is the government doing to try and save it?
So we're halfway between Manly and Shelley Beach, and you can just see the damage all around from the storm. We've got this decades-old building, just had the bottom part of it ripped off. Clara, you said you had friends down here the night before last, or last night.
Yeah, they were just parked in this side street, which usually is a good 15 metres away from anywhere you'd see seawater, and they actually had waves crashing over their windscreen, so they had to beat a hasty retreat. And there's sand all up this side street here, so you can see how far the water has come up.
And that's where the toilet block used to be.
Yes, there's nothing left.
Gone.
We've lost an iconic Manly sculpture for our ocean pool, and there is actually nothing left at all to say that there was ever a toilet block back up that way.
So now we've moved further up the coast to Mackellar, and the damage around us, you can just see the damage all around us. You've got the surf club literally falling into the sea. We've got the debris all around, well beyond the beach line even. Mike, you're running for the Greens up here at Mackellar. What are people saying to you?
Well, people are very distressed about the situation. We've been planning for this sort of thing for many years, the local council, but really we haven't been preparing for it. We haven't seen the action that needs to be taken.
And we've got development here that it was so obviously vulnerable to any minor change in sea levels, any even marginal increase from storm severity from climate change. That we've really got to do better.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. We need to see some action. It's all very well having these plans in the background, but people want to see some action being taken.
Dejay, you've now seen it up the coast. What's your takeaway message?
Look, there's lots of destruction all the way from Coogee all the way up here to Clara, and look, it's it's like we're sleepwalking through a disaster that's going to keep on happening if we keep on digging up coal.
Yeah. So, takeaway message overall is, unless we want this to be the new normal, we've got to take serious action at a federal level, reduce our carbon emissions, live up to our Paris agreements, and hopefully then we can protect our beaches.
Absolutely.